with Odin, Gamemastering Pathfinder Dragonfall. And last week we made our way to Underdark. Or let's say Yaren at first, but after presenting the crest that was given to us, we got guided to Underdark, or the true Yaren as it were. And little Vox, I believe the goblin's name was, told us that, well, yeah, this is a drow city, as would be kind of obvious from the layout of the place, and that, well, we should be nice even though they might not be the nicest of people. And a lot of you, due to your time on the dragon, with extremely limited, like, books about the history of the surface, let alone the races, there's, you don't really know the drow. They're a race that is not very familiar to you at all. Like, the goblins got an honorable mention as, like, construction help during the time before the dragon took off. But according to the tomes that you read, they chose to stay behind, because they wanted to see what they could do with what was left.
Alrighty then.
You are currently on the steps leading up to the main manor, as it were, of the city. And that's where we left off, leaving out some of the details of an extremely long elevator ride and secret passageways under fountains. Because those details are available to be watched on the last session's video. Over to you, players.
I guess, has anybody rolled perception upon coming down here?
I'm gonna do that. I'm kind of a torch. Is it 10? Yeah. Well, great. In a good way.
I rolled decently. And holy crap, Saphira sees everything.
She sees as much as, funnily enough, Genevieve, because they both rolled over 30. So yeah.
Natural 20, yo.
Yeah. As I mentioned last time, you see and have been told that the pits that the bridges are crossing are endless. And you just want to make damn sure you don't fall down there. The architecture of the place is well maintained. A lot of it clearly ancient, some of it has been, let's see, renovated. The stone looks like it's frequently, I wouldn't say polished, but you know, washed, so it has like a sheen to it. And the wildlife that is down here, which was lacking above ground, seems to be made up mostly of the simple small creatures that would reside deep underground. Of course, including spiders and all the others. Subterranean dwelling creatures.
One spider crawls in my grill and you just hear.
And of course, you told Vox that you want to defeat the sorcerer Zelroth Grail. She was like, "Ha, all right." I guess you probably want to talk to the those in charge then. And it's also, as they said, customary for any newcomers to present themselves, as it were.
I should probably do that then.
Vox leads you up the stairs and looks to the guards and goes, "Hey, we got some newcomers in town. They want to make introductions. They're looking to help us out with our evil sorcerer problem." The guys just kind of look at each other, look back to Vox, and then just open the door. It's not their place to question. The guards are clearly drow and dressed in what appears to be some form of...
The guards are clearly something we've never seen before.
Oh yeah, they are drow. They look like elves, but they're a much darker hue, varying from greys to shades of purple, and some of them even full on black.
I kind of wonder though, because of Jen working in the library, if she would have actually come across anything about Drow.
Not really. There's well, the library stock was what was approved to be stock, you know?
Oh, it's one of those kind of things. Okay.
The only mention of any form of drow or other left behind creatures was like telling of the dangers of the surface world.
They might eat you, and then it's like we have a problem with this thing. That we just want help with it. That's all. That's all we want.
And the only drawing there ever was in your book of for drows was a black and white drow, so it just looks like a angry elf.
Basically, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
what the races off the surface that were there would have like one sketch, and
Watch out for angry elves.
yeah. Although some of it was like, it's not exactly false, but it's giving a very one side of the story truth.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, yes, they are well known at being very skilled assassins. Yes, they worship an evil spider deity. Yes, they don't like you because you're not one of them.
Oh.
But that's...
So, except for worshiping an evil spider deity, they kind of sound like the Dragon Clan of ninjas.
Huh. Basically, you know, it leaves out the part of, you know, the reason why they're pissed at a lot of people. And,
I wonder how they look at Saphira. She's basically a human-shaped torch.
mm,
Squinty.
I don't think you're that bright that it requires squinting.
The
No,
torchlight doesn't dazzle a drow according to the old way, all the old rule books.
No, it's...
But sunlight totally will.
Okay. Okay.
But the guards, yes, they are male. They are tall and reasonably slender, wearing what appears to be some form of it's full plate, but it's in a racial style that looks unfamiliar to like your regular plate mail. Like it's like layered, like plate on top of plate on top of plate to give it more flexibility but equal coverage, and it's made of a black metal. It's basically like ebony armor.
But does it look stylish?
It looks pretty damn stylish.
Nice.
Both of the guards seem to have pure white hair, and they're well, not glaring at you. They're definitely like cautious of you, if not suspicious of you.
So basically, they look like taller versions of Tom that are elves.
Yes, with the dark shades of skin and white hair.
So reverse thumb.
Negatom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reverse the skin and hair color, make them taller, and you basically got two more Toms.
Photoshop invert stretch ears.
So I don't think Tom has pointy ears, does he?
No.
Unless they're hiding something.
No, he does not have pointy ears.
Just see Jen reach over and go to touch his ear.
Just from your passive perceptions alone, you can see that they are all equipped with hand crossbows, a sturdy, heavy shield, and what appears to be some form of sword. It's not a katana,
Right.
but it's definitely
It
like,
would-
an elven war sword, kind of elegant blade.
Ooh, spiffy.
It's a curved sword.
So it's like a,
Khopesh, almost. It's like an ebony sword from Skyrim, I guess would be the closest thing.
Nice. Genevieve is just sitting there thinking, I want one.
With the
I don't know
doors...
what I got, but I want one.
Oh, wow. My brain went weird on that one.
Eh?
What?
Genevieve is looking at them and thinking, I want one.
No! I was talking about the sword!
I know what you were talking about, and my brain still went, huh.
Gonna pull that Ben out of the gutter now.
Well, knowing how Dark Elf Society works, that would still be appropriate, because then she would have a servant. You can think of it three different ways.
No.
Yeah.
As the doors come open, presenting you the grand hall of the manor, it is your typical throne room deal. Carpet going straight up the middle, marble floors, or what seems to be marble floors. Pillars on either side, so that there's a second level that's overlooking. Numerous guards dotted around the place. Guards like lining the carpet that's going down the middle. And despite this being the manor, you still only count like 10 guards in here. Though with how many people you've actually seen through the entire city, that still seems like a lot. And at the very end, sitting upon basically it's a throne with a large spider motif that's kind of just above it, as if it's like the spider's kind of holding the throne and dangling from the ceiling. As well as the numerous crystals that seem to make up the basically decorative, it appears. Uh, Suspended from what looks like webbing around the main spider motif. And you notice that where there's the straight upper levels end, there's like a sweeping balcony that goes around the back of the throne.
Hmm.
Though with the crystals causing light in front of that balcony, it makes seeing anything up there pretty difficult.
Oh, like the glare from the crystal just kind of.
Obscures the
That's
already pitch black balcony, yeah.
okay.
So it would kind of, even if you had dark vision, still kind of distort the view of who's up there. And upon the throne is an elegantly dressed matriarchal figure with a silver crown upon her head. She is of a rather fair complexion for what the drows you've seen, and has extremely long moonlight white hair, like even has almost what seems to be a glow to it. That appears to go, well, let's say it would be touching the floor behind her if she didn't have it up in like a long ponytail, which seems to be bound in some extremely extravagant, like handcrafted, spider motif uh, clasps. Where it's like it goes up fully bound about like a foot and then just drops out in a ponytail.
Hmm. Yeah.
She seems to carry no weapons on her that you can see passively. And despite that, she seems to carry an aura or an air of, well, confidence and power about her.
Say she wouldn't really need weapons. She does have guards.
hmm You also noticed that once the doors were open, you guys were allowed in. Fox kind of stopped leading and let you walk past her, and then just stepped back and went out.
Mm,
Um.
mm.
All right, have fun.
Okay.
Wonder what that was all about.
Eh,
It means we're on our own.
Well, yeah, but never mind. Okay, so guess this is the part where we approach and do our introductions.
mm-hmm.
I would suggest bowing as low as possible.
Preferably without falling on one's face.
Gonna roll acrobatics? No.
No,
No.
don't cartwheel into the lady.
No.
Yeah. In terms of Saphira, she might be better off just like going on one knee in kind of respect.
I'm gonna do that. I don't have a waste.
So I guess approach and just kind of kneel before. I don't really know. I'm not really entirely sure how to lead this one.
Okay, so the girls are kneeling. Tom's going to go full kowtow.
Okay.
Well, I'm kneeling, but I'm still straight up because I cannot bend over. Yeah.
Well, from what I'm thinking of just how similar the two societies are, except in one respect, which I think Tom is picking up on. Him going full kowtow while the rest are kneeling is probably appropriate.
Mhm. Okay. Seeing you, and you know, Toffee and Sageheart join in with the same manner of respect. And Toffee's just shutting up for this because she's just like looking to Bruce and just going, just get down. Alright. Looking upon you, the matriarch, we'll call her, remains seated and just observes you for a time. She's like sitting upright, elbows on the arms of her throne, fingers laced with one another, contemplating, just observing. You present yourself before Misalia Ilalamba. You have come to my city, this Underdark, which has for too long been the home of more than just my kind. Though I can only imagine what your purpose here could be. I would have all your names.
Well, my name is Genevieve Arterberry. This is Saphira, and she kind of motions to the big glowy relic next to her.
You're just gonna wave, not gonna talk yet.
She, yeah, she can't. This fellow is Tom. The furry one is Tuffy, and then that's Sage Heart over there. And we hear that you have a bit of a problem?
Specify.
Well, okay, out of character, I kind of lost what the problem was, other than it was magic related. I'm sorry.
The evil wizard that needs to be taken the fuck out in order to access the thing that we need to access. And he needs to be taken the fuck out because, he's killing everything.
Yes, So we hear you had a. Oh, okay. We hear you had a sorcerer problem, and yeah, we're kind of here to take care of that,
Hmm. Well,
or try to anyway.
many have tried, but aren't you just the do-gooders, here to help, like many others before you? Well, as much as what happens on the surface is of little concern here, as you may have observed, my city's population is dwindling a little. And is not through sorcerer's actions so much as the actions of those who try to claim safe haven here. The whispers and dreamlike notions of the heroes, influencing some of my people to join them in their little escapades. And so it has come to the attention of myself and the houses that if this sorcerer was taken care of, less of our people would be lost on such heroic endeavors. And while it is the power that we hold that keeps this place warded and free from the gaze of the sorcerer, if you wish to attempt to lay siege to his tower, then you are welcome to. What aid is available within these deep, dark streets of mine will be available to you. Of course, you would still have to pay the necessary fees for the services.
Well, of course. I mean, we wouldn't dream of any other way, really. We wouldn't want to impose too much. Well, much more than we already have, I imagine.
I don't suppose any of you even talk my tongue, do you?
That's a good question. Would the sign language that Tom knows be similar to Drow sign?
No, it's an entirely different common. It's undercommon.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Well,
It's
that's
not that I wouldn't want to know, but just I don't know.
for the best, I suppose. Benefits us to know. We're yet to find a surface dweller who does know of our tongue. Those who know of it, well, have never known how to speak any of it. Though it serves us well to keep a manner of privacy in these now shared dwellings. Though you are most intriguing.
Hmm?
I have not seen a relic in many years. You're looking far too new to be recovered discovery.
I've been created recently.
By what manner of divine intervention did that happen? The technology that gives rogues life has long since been lost.
Gonna keep quiet on that one.
We must have our secrets, I suppose. Though it is not the most respectful thing to keep things from me. But let us remain civil.
It's nothing personal, I mean, I promise.
And that I can understand. I would also have it that you, Genevieve, whatever deity it is that gives you your powers, please keep its worship above ground. I doubt they can even hear you down here. We have our beliefs within these cities, and I'd rather keep our religion the only one within these dwellings.
Don't worry, ma'am. I don't plan on intruding any more than I already have.
And of course you. Tom, was it? I see your garb. I see your weapon. I know of what you are a part of. And as for you, the Vishkanya, creature I have not seen in some time either. I wonder though, these... other creatures, this animal with her pet dog. Such an intriguing combination between man and beast, but of little consequence. It is the gathered opinion of myself and the houses that you are free to do as you wish with this sorcerer. And if you do manage to defeat this sorcerer and allow this place to become a home of my people again, rather than a sanctuary or safe haven for those who still remain on the surface, there may be a reward for you. Now go. Vox, who I know led you here, she did not escape my gaze. She will show you where you will be allowed to rest.
Well, yeah, Sapphire is ready to go. Oh boy.
That's
All right,
all. You may
shall
leave.
not.
Ah,
We shall not intrude anymore then. Just kind of motion to the others to leave. Thank you for your time, ma'am.
I'm glad you're aware that you are intruding, but it's an acceptable intrusion.
As soon as Genevieve makes the motion, he gets back up, basically in reverse order of how he got down.
Mhm. Lift up a body, push up off knees onto feet.
Yeah. And will remain facing towards the throne until Genevieve turns around.
me.
Genevieve's just gonna kind of start to leave because, yeah.
Ugh.
As you leave, the doors close behind you, and you see Vox kind of just sitting on the stairs, kicking her feet. She looks around at you and goes, "So, how'd it go?"
Bit scary.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I don't like going in there, unless I really have to. So, do you have permission to stay here?
I think she told us she would show us places where we can rest and stuff.
That's good. All right, this way then.
She's just kind of muttering to herself. It's like, why does everybody assume I'm here to spread religion? I don't.
Because you're a holy woman.
Yeah, but I mean,
It might be the big symbol on your. Hmm.
if somebody asks, I'm gonna tell them, but I don't sit there and just.
They might have met the other kinds of paladins.
I'm just gonna keep this to myself. And she's just gonna kind of.
Oh.
This is from what I have seen, this is a society that is almost as paranoid as my own. Likely anything that is outside is viewed with extreme distrust.
Oh boy. At least she didn't force me to talk about, ay, ay, ay.
I will admit, Tom, I have never really understood that mindset, but, we did come from the inside of a dragon, and yeah. Being on this adventure so far and seeing everything that we have has just been so amazing to me. That's why I don't understand the paranoia.
My people boarded the dragon, assuming the worst. That one day the dragon might wake up again, or even influence our own sorcerer through his dreams.
Gotta say, considering what we've seen upstairs, maybe they don't want downstairs to look the same.
That could very well be. My people have been a safeguard for the rest of us.
You get brought through these gates, and there appears to be just one massive building, almost like an academy, with some minor outlying buildings. Well, welcome to the Outsiders District.
I assume we will be closely watched while we're here.
Yeah, yeah. Not just by the locals either. This well, basically the drow stopped paying attention once we passed that gate. That's the reason there's only drow on the outside of that gate. I don't care if we end up ripping each other apart in here.
But they will always have agents inside that will report to them. This is
Oh,
acceptable.
make sure we don't plot anything against them, yes. Though nobody that will interfere with any squabbling, as it were. Alright, well, she heads into like through the main doors of the building and goes. This is, well, I believe it used to be like a school of some sort, maybe a barracks. But for now it's enough to house all of us. The,
Hmm?
over there to the left, down there, that's what, you see what looks like almost a cafeteria kind of area, but you know, in terms of a fancy era style thing, that it seems to have been repurposed as sort of like a tavern area.
Well, that works.
And down there is the artisan's wing. I think that's the right word. You know,
Ooh.
that's where you'll find like the craftsman and the forge and stuff like that.
Yes.
And mostly upstairs is just beds. If the door is open, then feel free to go in there and just pick a bed. As long as there's nobody's gear like at the foot of it or something like that. You know, standard stuff.
Good to know.
And then she goes like straight through the middle and towards the back doors that open out to the courtyard, and you see numerous people, some of various races, kind of sparring and training for battle.
I have a question.
Yep.
Have there been any strangers in this land with black robes talking of dragons?
Not that I know of. I mean, down here we don't really talk much about the dragon. We kind of focus more on the sorcerer and whatever he's getting up to.
Priorities?
We've had some run-ins with some dangerous cultists who believe they can raise dragons from the dead.
That would be bad. Well, yeah, I'm gonna stay with bad on that.
We'll be fine.
That's a roll for what?
Perception.
Might as well.
He's looking to see if he can spot any of the people that are tailing them and watching them and whatnot. Just, practicing his craft.
Sure.
The rest of us just kind of look around.
Well, Sephora is most interested in the artisan place because she knows she might go in there while everyone else is sleeping.
You don't see anybody.
Huh.
Not anyone tailing you, at least. You know, you see the obvious people.
What the hell? Roll it anyway.
That actually makes Tom smile.
Oops. Smile,
Because
darkness.
that means that the people that are actually tailing them are doing a good job.
Hmm.
They're competent.
Yep.
Well, unless you need anything else, I'm gonna leave you to it.
Goodbye.
I think we're good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, Archibald! You stole me that drink! She goes storming off towards this guy, and he just turns around and goes, "Oh, fuck." Oh, come on, Fox. You know I'm still short on kind.
God, jeez.
She's alright. I wouldn't want to over her drink though.
And you see Fox just jump up on this guy and start just kind of not properly biting him, but just like scratching his head and kind of just annoying him.
I really wouldn't want to owe her a drink.
I think she spends too much time as a rat.
Maybe.
Hey.
Yeah, she's got like a good fistful of hair in each hand. It's just kind of like tugging and being annoying.
Let's move.
So what do you reckon, guys?
Well, at least we have a safe place if we need to prepare. I mean, it sounds like the next thing we have to do is go beat up a sorcerer.
We'll have to infiltrate his fortress, get past all of his traps, and then get close enough to him to kill him, yes.
That sounds like we need a plan first.
We'll be fine. What are you talking about?
As long as we follow the procedure we have for the past encounters, we actually should do fine. Remember our time in Niflheim.
Please don't remind me of the floor.
That might actually be useful.
Yeah, but not if we're rumbling a wall tower.
And it might be a bad thing underground.
Yes.
Still.
I mean, I can't really argue that, but at the same time, yeah.
As long as we don't catch our real objective on fire, I'd say we're doing good.
That's gonna depend on how clean his tower is.
Knowing the Archmage, it's probably immaculate even now.
I'm not gonna enter a library unless you need it burned. Eh, boy.
Other thing that kind of bothers me. She said that. I mean, I understand the whole not spreading the religion thing. You know, I never planned on that, but I doubt they would even hear you down here. That kind of bothers me a little bit.
I'm sure she was just trying to intimidate you.
Either that, or this is the realm of a completely foreign god.
And don't know, but that does worry me a little bit.
It's not here that we need to worry about your goddess hearing us. It's at the tower.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, I guess we have a little bit of time, don't we?
You have
Saphira, should
absolutely
we...
What?
What were we gonna say, Odin?
down here without having any access to the sun. It's pretty difficult to tell what the time is.
Surely they have some way of telling time around here.
I don't know. You'd have to ask around.
Actually, another perception check would fix that if they have anything resembling what they have in the dragon, like the sunstones. So bloop.
The entire building and the courtyard are just lit by wall torches and standing torches.
Okay.
I
Hmm.
was gonna
Uh-oh.
say to Saphira, why don't we just head down to the artisan quarter then? Check
Yes.
this out.
Maybe they have something to measure the time, like clocks or something.
Maybe.
I will be right back. I need to grab some food.
I almost want to imagine Tom said that.
All right.
Artisan
Well,
time. Artisan. Heart.
Yeah, so that would be this part of the building.
You.
Tuffy and Sage are just gonna head to the tavern. I'm just gonna move. There we go. Cruiser. That works.
all right. So heading down to the artisan's quarter. I suppose.
Looking for shinies and time stuff.
And I'm gonna roll perception when we get down there.
Eh.
Then the thing with the perception and the thing.
As you walk down there, it's like, as expected, kind of like academy classrooms, but they've been repurposed, you know?
Yeah.
And in these day and age, there's always like a smithing class, so one of them does have a forge in it. You see various craftsmen. There's clearly like an alchemy lab, one that has various magical artifacts in it. There's also the engineering workshop. Which room do you want to check out first?
Engineering sounds good.
I think it'd be best if we stuck together. So I'm gonna head in there with Saphira.
Yay.
To the engineering room, right?
Yes.
Yup.
When you push open the door, the sounds of various gears grinding and devices ticking, it gets a lot louder the second you open the door. Not hurting loud, but still pretty noticeable. Like you had just walked into to an actual
And I'm
fully-fledged workshop.
Hello.
Hello.
And we all talk really loudly like this, right? I mean, not exactly like that, but you know.
You see, okay, just for Tom's sake, Sage Heart and Tuffy have head to the the taverny part just to get something to eat. And just have a sit down and kind of recover from that experience at the manor. 'Cause he's like, okay, that's enough politics. I'm just gonna go sit down. Genevieve and Severa have gone off to the artisans' wing to go see if there's any way to find a time source besides their own body clock right now. Heading into the engineering room, you see a number of races, uh, including a couple of dwarves down here and some humans, even an elf. There's maybe 5 people in here.
They could make a party.
You see that this one little place, this like academy with the court and everything, seems much more densely populated than the rest of the city.
They be learning.
And while some of them do look like they're getting advice from others and trying to do basic things, some of them seem to be learned. Though none of them pay you any attention.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just gonna have a look around for right now. What do you think, Saphira?
I'm gonna ask them if they have clocks. Woo.
Let's button to the point.
Hello!
Eh! You see this one gnome look up and he's like, eh, what?
Do you make clocks?
Do I have a box? What?
Clocks! Time telling!
What?
Oh, good lord.
What's that? You need some socks?
Okay,
I
do I have
think
a
I
spell
got
to
a pair
get?
around here somewhere.
Okay,
Wait,
so
wait, hold on a sec. And he heads over to this gramophone and takes the pin off the record. And a lot of the background engineering noise just stops.
seriously,
What was that you say?
Do you make clocks or any other time-telling devices?
Uh, let's see, you got this one? Yeah, we need a clock down here. There's no sun for the sundown.
Yeah.
The sundial's too inaccurate. Anyway, it's just, yeah, got a clock. You need a clock?
Yep.
It's,
I have a friend who likes to be up in the morning.
okay. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a clock tower just out there at the back. It's just a bit difficult to see it, and there's no bell. The drow wouldn't let us put a bell in it. And he kind
Sad.
of goes up to the window and points outside. And this clock tower is only about like 10 foot tall. One of those like, and it's like here in the center of this pathway. You've seen those, right? Like those miniature. I wouldn't even sure if you call it a clock tower. What else do you really call it? You might.
Can I see? Can I tell the time well enough?
From here you would have to make a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see it well enough.
So which time would it be right now?
Right now it looks like it's about trying to think what time you guys arrived. Like 3, half 3 in the
Just
afternoon.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Hey, Genevieve, it's the afternoon.
Genevieve's just still standing there and goes, "Okay, that's good to know."
Here we go. I've got a perfect example image.
So that's really the only thing, or you have anything smaller?
Smaller. You should have a lot of the stuff like that. We've been been using the parts for other things that are a bit more practical in the this whole fight for the surface and stuff.
Okay. So I take it you just sleep when you're sleepy?
Yeah, that's kind of how it works down here.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter what time it is when we go out and attack stuff. The sun doesn't really get out that much these days.
Alright. Thanks for your time.
Maybe I'm just down here too long. I don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to the gramophone and turn it back on.
Yeah, and it goes from a small workshop sound to a full-on industrial warehouse sound when you put that back on.
There we go. Gonna get out of the classroom with Genevieve. Okay, so they have one big clock, so I figure I could go closer to it and come back to you when it's morning.
Okay. 100% done with this.
Stress ball?
That would be nice, yes.
Spoof.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
There's a smiley on it.
She's just gonna walk away, just squeezing this thing.
Well, guess I'm gonna stand next to a clock tower while she's sleeping. Do 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 do.
Just muttering to herself, just the idea that they have a record with noises like that on it.
Well, the creative people.
I guess, but
Shh.
what's the point?
Inspiration. They dream of bigger things.
She just kind of stops squeezing and she goes, "Well, I can understand the inspiration part, I suppose."
Yay.
Still weird, though.
First paladin I've ever seen that needed a stress ball.
Well, she's a little sheltered, okay?
I've seen some paladins that could use it.
I mean, when you're a little sheltered and you come across things like that, it's just kind of like, okay, what, why, what?
What? Wait.
Yeah, on that record, every so often you just hear like.
What? They put some music in there.
All of a sudden, just like full-on big band swing comes playing out of that thing.
Oh god.
More like, hail the conquering hero! No, 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 no.
Or no, what's that one song that plays like during one of the Looney Tunes cartoons whenever they're in like a factory? It's like da 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 da.
I forgot the name, but I know it's a classic.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what it is. I mean, it would be a suitable place for that, I guess.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I guess before anything else, I mean, we could. I just kind of turn to Saphira and say, we could still look around a little bit longer, can't we?
Well, yeah, it's just afternoon.
Yeah.
Besides, like I said, I'm just gonna go hang around the clock tower when you're asleep.
Oh, what was that other one? The one with sort of like.
Alright.
You know, the sandwich machine or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And knowing you, Genevieve, you're gonna go to sleep when, like, you're actually sleepy normally. I don't know how super sleep works.
All right,
I sleep whenever.
I've been trying to get
Okay.
onto Skype to send you the guys this link when on with the laptop, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to work. So I might just log into Steam on my laptop and send it to you directly, Cal.
Okay.
When it lets me. Or the stream chat room might be easier actually. There you go. It's in the chat room now.
I have to make sure not to turn anything up too loud on my end, otherwise it will come over the headset.
Yeah.
Just pause the stream for that brief moment you have it open.
I'm more worried about you putting this on YouTube and getting copyright strikes because of my stupidity.
What?
You put videos on YouTube, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more worried about you getting a copyright strike.
Oh, okay. Well, no, the link I'm sending is the clock tower.
Oh. I don't even have the stream up. Fuck.
Well, you wouldn't need to, you're in it, but it's just Steam's taking a while to load, and Skype doesn't want to launch, so I thought if I just put it in the stream chat, you can just get the link from there and give it to the rest of the party. Or they can also go to my channel. You got it?
Not yet. I'm waiting for things to load on my end.
Okay.
Hombre, how does that even work? How does one shrug in French?
Lay shrug.
Oh, sorry, I was mute. Same as people who roll their eyes in Spanish. It's an internet joke. It's like shrugging, but with a cross in one hand.
Alright, here we go. Actually let me on the Steam now, so I just send it to you. Probably be easier. Boom.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm just gonna make fun of my own
I'm
people.
gonna quickly sign off Steam because it's trying to download a bunch of
Downloading.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, you want me to link this in the Dragonfall?
In Steam. In Skype, yeah.
Okie dokie. 1 second. I'm gonna do the thing. That thing. By the way, that looks really cool.
Yeah. So you see what I mean? It's like a mini clock tower.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It's tiny and it's quaint. I like it.
That looks. I
It's
think we
Mini
have.
George.
I think we have one of those in the in Old Quebec. Huh.
Ah.
Arr.
Well, you know, we could copy Europe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one's in Lewisham, as the link says.
What?
Lewisham clock tower. Yeah. Anyway, cool. Right.
Cool.
So yeah, you want to look around more of the Artisan's Wing?
That would be lovely.
Yay. Hard.
Just kind of wander around to the next area, I guess.
I wonder. Jeez.
I don't know.
I'm gonna check on my recording later. I must have hit it by accident. Blur.
Let's just look around even more.
Heart, heart, heart.
Wow. Yeah, sound effects has nothing in SoundCloud. Oh well. Okay, so you look around. Which particular room first?
Whichever is right next to this one.
Well, right. There's like two right next to us. There's a little bit down the hall, and then it's just across the hall.
Alright, we'll go across the hall then.
All right, across the hall is what appears to be the alchemist lab.
Ooh, Sage Heart would like this place. Make some mental note to tell Sage Heart about this later.
Yeah.
You see various potions bubbling away, and only about 3 people in here at the moment.
Do any of them look like they just work here? Or, you know, is one of them just... I don't know. I know where I'm going with this, but I'm not doing a very good job.
All of them seem to be paying attention to their current concoctions. One of them, a rather average build, human-looking female, has like horrible scars all down the left-hand side of her face, and from what you can see, it goes all the way down underneath her clothing to her badly scarred hand that you can see.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't disturb these people. At least I wouldn't want to, just in case.
Boom.
No, we don't want booms. Booms would be bad.
Well, not here at least.
Oh, yeah, not here. Not here.
Not here.
Not here.
Not here. Mental note not to bring Duffy here. Not here.
Bruiser barks and the entire room just goes.
Ah!
Anyway,
Whatever's left of whoever's inside just comes out in like a writhing mass of tentacles and green slime.
well, they just come out like completely cartoon charred. just,
Or that too.
just start like dusting themselves off. Yeah. Anyway, no. So, yeah, they seem pretty busy, but you did see that there's like some workspace in there that's still free to use. But yeah, this isn't sort of a place where people work. This is people working, but not as like a job capacity. They're there to make stuff for themselves and their own purposes.
Still probably gonna tell Sage Heart about this place later.
Yeah.
Because I don't know much about this alchemy stuff, but she does.
Yeah.
Well, down the hall, you see the next set of doors on the left of, at the end of this wing, you see basically a from the outside you could see that this wing has like multiple chimneys, and the ones at the end seem to be producing the most smoke because this is where the forge is.
Ooh. Okie dokie.
On your left is the forge, on your right seems to be well, you see various crystals and texts and stuff like that. You assume to be sort of a magic focus area.
Interesting. Magic focusing.
I only know a little bit about weapon craft, but not a lot. What do you reckon, Saphira?
Uh, I don't remember. Maybe Tom would like this place. He likes weapons.
Maybe.
I just have really basic knowledge on how to make jewelry, but that's not weapons.
And out of character, I actually do have craft weapon, but I didn't put any skills in it, so.
You made that one iron dagger at the start of Skyrim and then never did anything else with it.
That's exactly what I did.
That one dagger. It's just that I don't remember if I've first seen it herself, but Tom seems to like weapons a lot. Even those he cannot use. I don't know.
Tom suddenly hears what sounds like a coin being flipped.
He's going to look in both directions.
You look in both directions. Okay.
In the direction of the coin flip and in the opposite. Because paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna look at weapons because pretty.
Oh, I saw you typing. I thought you were gonna roll perception.
Oh, okay. Bloop. I see nothing.
It's really weird. You can't hear anybody catching the coin, but you can hear it get flipped again and again, and the sound seems to come from multiple directions in the room, like it's, well, echoing.
Just makes me think of the NPCs on ESO that just sit there and flip the coin as they're leaning against the wall.
Let's try that again. With far less fail.
Yeah, as you're looking around, looking a bit disoriented, it's then that you suddenly hear just a very clear, like, smack of someone catching the coin. And it's then that
Okay.
when they seem to give that extra bit of effort to be noticed, you spot what appears to be a woman who, well, apart from her eyes, she's completely concealed in what appears to be black cloth and leather. She's got a hood up and a face mask, and her eyes are void of pupils and are completely white.
Tom will go in her general direction, but not directly towards. Just
What
like he's exploring the place, really.
Mm-hmm. Really now? You're just gonna pretend you don't see me, or you're gonna buy me a drink?
That depends on the type of meeting.
We'll call it parlay for now. And then she flips the coin in your direction.
Tom will. Oh, he's got 12 in acrobatics. Yeah, he catches it.
Yeah. Okay. On close inspection, the coin seems to be made out of silver. But it's been very finely hollowed out in places to make the sound as the coin flips kind of be projected in multiple directions. And upon it, on both sides, is a spider fully outstretched as if like just standing on the coin. And the other side is a curled up spider.
Tom takes one of the coins from his purse, make sure it's one of the old coins from their time in the dragon, and casually flips it in her direction.
Ah. Well, we thought as much. Now, about that drink. Follow me. And she pushes off the wall and heads out into the courtyard. Just walks straight through the middle, past everybody.
And he'll walk alongside and slightly behind, as if they're regular companions just out for a walk.
You notice as you pass the light of the torches that light the courtyard that her hood is perked in places. Indication of concealing elven style ears as like a trait that you could pick up on just passively.
Mm-hmm.
And she is of a slender, more elven physique. And it's when she gets past the clock tower and to this point here that there just appears to be a narrow space in the rock, which looks like like as if it had cracked open and just leads dropping down into, well, one of the endless voids like before. Alright, well, try not to miss. You'll see what I mean. Your eyes should be sharp enough, I hope. And she just jumps down, but in part, like, she disappears deep enough out of, like, to be gone from view, but then you quite clearly hear her hand catching something, followed by the whooshing of swinging, followed then shortly after by a clink.
Yeah, Tom's gonna follow her.
Alright, roll perception and then acrobatics.
Okay. I roll a 1, I'm dead.
Alright. You jump down and you see what appears to be a metal handle of some sort. But as you go to grab it, only one of your hands stick. And roll another acrobatics to recover before you. And there you go. Though you manage to grip tight enough with the one hand, and as much as your dismount isn't as graceful, you kind of, because of only having one hand on it, kind of twist as you launch, but you manage to stick the landing. It's like, well, not bad for your first time. You land in what appears to be, well, a cavern, obviously, since you're in the Underdark. And leading you down further into it, there appears to be what a rather modest, small dwelling down here. While other societies of our races might not get on too well, the clans respect each other. And, well, as quite rightly said by our matriarch, we recognize you. or at least your garb.
Could you say that last bit again? I got kind of stepped on.
And just as the matriarch said, we recognize you, or at least your garb.
It has probably been many centuries since one of my clan has set foot in this place.
Yes, it has, and as your coin showed, it's not often that one of the clan leaves the dragon.
In this case, it was important.
Oh, I would imagine. I mean, here you are, in the Underdark, seeking the corporation of the Drow and making plans to go defeat the sorcerer.
Hard.
Though there's some information that you might need. I'm not sure if anyone's informed you yet, but there are many things that you have to circumvent in order to get into that fortress of his.
And the price for this information?
No. No price. This is a deed that needs to be done. We all know that. Don't worry. There's no elders or house matriarchs to deal with. She heads into what appears to be the, the rec room. And she just grabs a couple of mugs. Pours some ale from this keg and just goes to sit down at one of the tables.
Well then, if you will not accept payments, then you must accept information that you will need.
Well, your coin was nice, I suppose. It could be a keepsake for this meeting. But, formalities are respected, but at this time, what needs to be said is, well, my own knowledge that I am at liberty to divulge to you. She just sits down and pulls her hood back and pulls down her mask and takes a drink. And from the ash tone of her skin, the white color of her hair, she's one of the most polite drows you've met so far.
Pretty much.
Now, I don't believe you would plan to try and fly over the wall, therefore I don't need to tell you about the towers that you've most likely seen on your travels here.
Indeed.
And while we've managed to try and infiltrate beneath the walls, it's actually been proven difficult. To the point that we've actually stopped trying. Which only really leaves the main gates, because breaching the walls are, well, nigh impossible. And so is the gate as it stands. It is protected by 3 powerful wards, one of which we have found the source of. And we have shared this information with the Okari Watch. Unfortunately, as far as we can tell, none of them have returned, and there's been no sign of any diminishing power upon the gate. The other two we have some leads on, but nothing solid. Tell me, Hera, have you been informed of a place called the Fiery Sanctum?
I do not recall that name.
Well, it's a couple of days' travel from here. And it is well, once just a dragon's den. It's now become quite the busy place for those who obey the sorcerer, granting those who dwell within a piece of his power in exchange for them protecting one of his great ward sources. This is a place that is not to be taken lightly. While I myself have had a bit of a look around, the number of extremely varied creatures in there was not really feasible for me to try and remove any of them. So I did my part scouting the place and left. I will tell you, there has been some activity with another group who has actually managed to rebirth the dragon that used to dwell in there.
This group managed to resurrect the dragon.
Well, that particular one, yes. But I'm not sure if resurrect is the right word, unless it died very young.
It is possible.
I kept my distance.
What did they look like?
I didn't see them. They were just robed. Your typical cult garb.
Black robes with arcane writing on them.
Yes, until the very dragon they brought back to life used their bodies for the nutrients.
Then the cult is already here.
It seems they don't mind dying for their cause.
Of course not. They're serving... Excuse me. Of course not. They're serving the great dragon's will.
Go on.
As I said, I have information for you. The great dragon is awakening slowly. That is part of why we are here. The Archmage that took control of the dragon seeks his old tomes in his hidden library underneath the tower. It seems those with magical talent come under the dragon's mental sway faster than those without. That is why exiles are occasionally dropped out of the dragon.
Well, I'm sure quite a few resented that.
The idea was to get them as far away from the dragon's influence as possible.
And yet what it seems to have done is caused this cult to emerge.
Yes. It doesn't seem like there's a limit to the range of the dragon's influence, but the closer you are, the faster the influence works on you.
True. Or perhaps those who were used to hearing the dragon suddenly being removed from it simply went mad and started trying to find ways to please it. Who
That
knows?
is also a possibility.
This is something we will investigate. That's if they show up around here again.
The Archmage that sent us on this mission, of course, lives right next to the dragon's brain.
Troubling.
We were originally sent as a safeguard. I would rather the people inside the dragon survive.
So you're looking more to maintain this control than to simply destroy the dragon.
If the dragon needs to be destroyed, it would hopefully be a survivable crash rather than Armageddon. But I have not discounted the possibility that both need to die.
The dragon and the people inside? Or is it
No,
both?
the dragon and the mage.
Well, that could be. Really depends on what your discoveries allow you to do.
He wishes to re-establish control and dominion over its mind, yet does not wish the brain damaged in such a way that would reduce it to an animalistic state.
Sounds like torture. But we do what we must, I suppose.
I have thought of a way in, but it may be that my group is the only one possible to do it that way.
And what way is that?
We simply ask for an invitation. Exhibit the standard traits of those who have been taken by the dragon, and perhaps he will even let us in. After all, he does not. He seeks more power, doesn't he? What is more powerful than the great dragon aside from the gods themselves?
So you're proposing that you assume the form of one of these mad cultists in order to try and tempt Zelroth Grail to allow you into his fortress with promises of power.
It is the initial plan that I had. Other plans will require a bit more time and preparation. But as I see it, my plan is a good fallback.
Well, we're yet to actually find any conclusive evidence that the cult and the sorcerer are working together. But we haven't discarded it as a possibility. Anyway.
Is there any way directly beneath the tower that would go into the old tower?
No. That was the problem. When he built those walls, they dug extremely deep into the earth. Even destroyed the Underdark that was beneath it.
And nothing we can use can breach those walls.
Not that I've found. We've found, I should say.
Then our choices are alert the Archmage to our presence by destroying the wards and then charge through the front door, or try a very dangerous and untested subtle route.
The metals that make up those walls is filled with such malice that it seems to project hatred and repel weapons. Not sure how you make a metal hate, but it seems like it does.
Sounds more like a question to ask our paladin.
Maybe. But still, I've kept you long enough. They might start wondering why you're missing.
Then I thank you for your time.
You're very welcome. Now, just be prepared, because you have to go out the same way you came in. Only instead of catching you, it's going to launch you. Be ready.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, it can be. Except for those who slip. All
Well,
of it a rite of initiation.
Tom chuckles and then heads for the way out. And when he gets there, he'll basically do a take 10.
Yeah. You see that silver arm that you caught onto, like, get lowered and lock into place.
Yeah, make sure he's got a nice good grip, and
Just give it a tug, she says as she kind of followed you out.
tug.
You tug and you hear clink as it just goes and it just swings 90 degrees upwards and sends you vertical back up out the hole. And you don't have 10 to spend on it, but yeah, you make it.
Tom Cannon Online.
Yeah, Tom is definitely not going to allow basically anyone but Tuffy to follow him on any meetings with the Ninja Clan in the area, because he does not want to lose companions. And he's going to head back to the area where they all split up.
Alright, back to Genevieve and Severa.
Hard.
We're still exploring.
Alright then.
I wonder if they make power armor. Joke.
Oh my god. You said that, and all I can think of is Angus Myth 5.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I blame you, Odin.
I thought you would think more Rise of the Chaos Wizards. 'Cause that was more power armor than the more traditional
But the
armor.
fact that he wears power armor.
Yeah.
But Angus Myth 5 to me is a little bit more, I don't know, of an earworm, I guess.
Ow.
Don't judge me too harshly.
I'm judging you.
Stop it.
Alright, so
Yeah.
okay, so I have the mage's quarters, well, mage's room. There's the blacksmith area. Oh, there's also like the woodworking, clothing, and jewelry in their own rooms.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go, Saphira.
Jewels!
The jewelers slash enchanters is right next to the mage room.
Cool. Gotta go do some window licking. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a tongue.
Though,
If you
as I
did, it
said,
would probably sizzle like right through the window.
as I said though, the rooms are kind of like classrooms, so there's no windows looking in. There's just the door with a window in it.
Mm,
So you just go up
Well,
to the door and just start being like, "Nyam, nyam, 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 nyam."
should,
Looking through.
should we go in then?
yes.
All right, let's go in.
Yay. Open!
Open sesame.
No, it's not locked.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, fair point.
The door does not respond to your commands.
Aw. Turns the knob.
The door opens.
Anyway,
Open peanuts.
what? No.
One
What?
is not locked. Anyway.
Anyway,
Jewelry! Shiny, 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 shiny.
go inside. Gonna roll perception. Did not mean to hit my mic. Sorry about that.
That's too many shinies.
Is she dazzled by the shinies?
Shiny.
There is a lot in here. Although a lot of the same. There are some basic, common stones in here, but mostly the materials that are here appear to be silver and these gems of a purple hue, similar to those seen suspended in the Queen's throne room. Matriarchs, sorry.
Nifty.
And these gems seem to be the most common form of gemstone down here. There are some different ones, but it's like the majority of stuff. And Saphira, you notice all the shiny colors.
Ah!
Does she have like the star eyes like Steven Universe has sometimes?
If she had eyes, yeah.
My old crystal has stars. I'm being a galaxy right now. Where?
You also notice minor magic in the room.
Ooh. Oh my
Magic,
god,
magic,
I almost made a bad joke.
I already made one. It's your turn.
Is that magic legal to be here? I'm shutting up now.
Yeah, nothing being crafted here seems to be for an ornate purpose.
Still though, it's pretty fascinating to look into.
Yeah.
What do you want to look at first, Saphira?
I don't know. There's too many things.
She wants to look at all the things.
Do you want to just look around the room
Yeah.
a bit?
Yes, I'm gonna walk. Walk, walk.
Okay, I'm gonna walk around the room with her.
Walk.
The only people in here seem to be a couple of elves working on their jewelry, one of which seems to be performing some form of enchantment while the jewelry is held within like a focus vice, as it were.
Oh, neat. He was just gonna kind of stop and kind of watch this for a moment. I mean, not, to be annoying or anything. Just
Eh?
she's fascinated by this.
I just know that the most I could wear is rings. I cannot get anything for the head.
Unless it's fireproof. Or,
Even
well,
then,
it has to have a very high melting point, I guess.
I don't have earlobes. I don't have a neck. I don't. Hmm. Don't have a.
You can have a super stylish hat. It would have
Or
to
a
be
tiara.
fireproof, though. Yeah.
Sizzle.
Like I said, very high melting point.
The one performing the enchantments doesn't seem to look up at you, and the one who seems to be cutting some gems just looks up at you for a bit and takes the magnifying lens out of his eye and goes, can I help you?
Uh, we're just looking around. My friend here is absolutely bedazzled by this particular place, and yeah,
Alright, well,
sorry to bother you.
just try to keep it down. The protection enchantments being put on these rings is, well, we've been having to make so many that my brother is on a bit of a short fuse right now, so don't disturb him.
Oh,
Eh?
something wrong, or is it just really high demand?
Well, we have to try and get as much protection as possible for every single person here.
Oh,
At least try and give
Hmm.
them a bit more of a chance to survive up there.
I see. Anything that I could possibly do to help? I mean, I'm not entirely sure what I could do, but
Can you enchant things?
uh, never tried.
Then no. Thank you, but no. We're fine here. It's just draining on one's capabilities when you have to enchant so much in such a short time.
I can understand that.
It leaves one tired and irritable. But you are free to use the workstations here if you need to craft your own
Ooh.
items. Just please source your own materials.
Right, we wouldn't expect. What do you think, Saphira?
Hmm.
Are you capable of language right now?
Yeah, hearing that well, what they said, it put me back in focus. Hmm. I suppose if they needed featherfall and resistance and stuff like that, I could help, but
Maybe the resistance. Hmm?
I cannot do I cannot make anything permanent though. That's
Well, when you're enchanting, you need to be able to add a permanent effect to an item.
yeah. I'm afraid I'm a bit too amateur for that. Sorry.
That's fine. It's better than trying to help when you don't have the capability to.
We're gonna let you work. We're gonna go about other people who are less in hurry.
Well, just
You just
remember
see
that.
Genevieve kind of scowl because, wow, what a dick.
What?
Just remember that a lot of the people here are doing the same thing, trying to get
Hmm.
weapons and armor for any who are actually willing to fight. Trying to cast spells to anybody willing to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to teach the basic mechanics of crossbows or any other such devices that might help us.
Well, Genevieve, we could ask the rest of the team if they needed these shovels, but we're not gonna waste more of your time. We're gonna go now.
Well, thank you.
Bye.
And, whatever you're here to do, if it's helping us, then best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Genevieve just doesn't say anything. She just leaves.
Gonna leave with her.
He just puts his magnifying piece back in his eye and goes back to cutting gems.
Well, we've seen an extra reason to get rid of the sorcerer, eh? Eh, Genevieve? Eh?
Piss on that guy.
Eh?
Well,
But
I
if-
offered to help, but what I was thinking more along the lines of is material gathering, not outright enchanting. But since he wants to be like that,
I'm sure he's gonna be nicer when he's less stressed.
I don't really care. She just walks away.
Oh. Do you need a nap?
No, I need a good punching bag.
I'm sure there's one somewhere. There's the training yard. Is it 2 hours already? Yeah.
It has been 2 hours, yeah. I'm just was pausing in case you guys went to direct something else.
Well,
Uh,
kinda out of ideas now.
alright.
Genevieve's in a bad mood.
You're gonna go to the training yard? Get a punching bag?
No,
No?
let's just kind of head down to the tavern and yeah.
Oh well.
Okay.
Inform Sageheart of the alchemy lab. And that's really about the extent of it.
Alright, so you guys are gonna sort of settle down for the night,
Yeah.
have something to eat,
Mm.
find a bed.
And I told the team about, well, the ones I could find about rings being available, like enchanting stuff. But they'll have to know exactly what they want, or they might get a rude enchanter. I don't know.
I ain't getting anything from that guy. Fuck him.
Nah.
Well, if that
Well.
is indeed everything.
Yep. Gonna pile the tokens.
Tom, are you joining them?
What?
Is Tom gonna join everybody else in the tavern now? Because everyone's
Yeah.
kind of everyone's kind of checking out for the night. And the fiery sanctum is what Ravel told you about, but it got reiterated by the clan member that you met.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time concentrating.
That's okay. We're gonna end now anyway.
Yep.
Thank you.
Basically, the whole thing with the fiery sanctum and the wards got reiterated, and they're like, we're looking into the other ward locations, so we'll let you know. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching whether live or recorded. This has been On Air with Odin, Gamemastering Pathfinder Dragonfall. This has been a short and sweet little session, and we'll see you next time.